Okay, I've got a Pan America, and I just fired my bike up to show you how to reset codes when you get them on a Harley Davidson Pan America. It's very simple, and you'll see that there'll be indications up here if you have any type of issues. But the simple thing to do is once you're in your home screen, which you've got to power on, but once you're in your home screen here, you can come over here to this, and you can hit this right here. This page right here allows you, every time you tap it, it's going to go through another. Now, it is a touch-sensitive screen, but get to the motorcycle, and then when you get to the motorcycle, you come to this button here. And if you look real close, it shows that button right there. See that? That's the center of that dial. You know, you can touch that screen right here, and I'll show you. If you touch that, it actually goes and it starts doing its system, and it's doing its diagnostics. And see, I have no codes. Now you can also use this button right here, up and down, or, and this is the same thing, it's the exact same thing, it's just a visual indicator. You can go through this and you can see that it'll go down these different codes. And if you hit one, let's say there's a code on there, mine have all been cleared, but you can just press the center, it's gonna tell you no faults. If it says it's a code, there are 3 different types of codes you may get. One would have a U after it, one would have a C after it, and another one would have an H after it. The U is one that's a user that you can actually, it pretty much so goes immediately to an H. H is a history, means it historically happened. And then the C is a current. If it's current and it's continuing, that C is going to need to be taken to the dealership. And I do have to say this about the Pan America. People say the codes are a bad thing. What it is you've got a bike that has so much technology to it that it is hypersensitive to any one of the modes that could happen. So when it's telling you there's something wrong, it's telling you that there might be something very minuscule wrong. But it's a good thing to have these codes warn you so it doesn't happen when you're out and about. But some of these codes can be annoying, and if you're anything like me, when you're riding, you don't like to look up and see, you know, some sort of warning indicator up there. So you can clear those faults, and anytime you do, you can go back to the home key too, and see it takes you right back to your main screen. So that home key, once you've done that, you press it again, it'll take you, and all I'm doing is hitting this home key right here. It'll take you to that again, where if you hit the center button, see how it's indicated over here? It's indicated that if you hit the center button, it'll run diagnostics again. But you only need to do that if you have any codes that are popping up. I don't have any codes popping up, so I remain back where I am, and I shut this thing down. And those indicators on the screen are your friend. They're not an enemy. So as people say, oh, I don't want my Pan America because it's throwing codes. Those codes are there for a reason. Other people's bikes have the exact same issues, well, if there's technology involved, but it just doesn't show you. Since you have a technologically advanced bike, this Pan America will tell you when something is just beginning to go wrong, so you can catch it and no damage happens. It's a very important factor of the Harley Davidson Pan America, so I'm just telling you, so as you know, people have complained about the codes that the Pan America shows, but it's not an issue. It is something that you need to embrace, and when you're out riding, if it affects you, the only ones that you need to be concerned with are the ones that are the C. And the C will have to have something done. And oftentimes it's as simple as a USB update. And they come in and they put the system on and they literally run it into here where you have your, like I have my phone hooked up here. They will run this into here and they actually do an update on it. It updates all the software and usually gets rid of most of the codes. So if you have issues, yeah, take them into a dealer and they'll do it. And you know, the warranty covers most of that stuff, unless you have some things like your oil change you got to do, and you know, you got to do your K services. But for the most part, the Pan America is a very, very, very intelligent and technologically advanced bike. So if you're out riding it and you see codes, don't panic, don't freak out. And yes, the Pan America is a fun bike, and it seems to have, you know, either lovers or haters, but it is a bike that tells you the problems. Whereas if you have another bike, it's not going to tell you the problems until, well, you get into the service drive and then they say, hey, you got a problem. So heads up, the technologically advanced Pan America will help you, and you need to embrace all of the signals that it tells you, but get out and ride and have fun. That's what it's all about. It's Ohio Jimbo. I'll see you on the road.